November 21st. Lakeview Hospital project fails to meet the requirements. After a number of bad decisions, the team has failed to get the buy-in necessary for successful implementation of their initiatives. Patients unhappy, staff neglected, and the board of directors left unsatisfied. And the question that needs to be answered is, what went wrong? At the initial stages of analysis, the whole team has read the Lakeview Experience Change case study and is meant to have a discussion on how we are going to go about solving this case. An agreement has been made that looking through the interviews and performing the stakeholder analysis was an essential starting point. The 4 stakeholder categories were predetermined by the simulation, and we have spent about an hour on having a group discussion about which stakeholder fits which group. After numerous arguments have been settled down, we came up with a final list of stakeholders in each category and went on to perform a force-field analysis to identify the different driving and restraining forces that influence the implementation of the change management process. Using division of labor, our team was divided into 4 groups to further analyze those forces and derive a detailed list of what resisting and pushing forces do the stakeholders possess. Later, the tactics have been organized as per the 5 stages change model, prioritized and categorized on the basis of tactic importance and the time budget constraints. The tactics have been divided between members for the further analysis to be consolidated later during the day. Further analyzed tactics were then consolidated and priority color-coded within accordance with a 5-step PMP process model. Some of the tactics had to be eliminated due to the time budget constraints. One of the valuable teammates has been transferred to work on a different project. We have got another person transferred into our team who had valuable information, who we have failed to integrate within our team due to the time constraints. At this point, having failed to take our new team members' contribution into consideration, we haven't aligned the tactics properly. This has led to the simulation tactics not having been implemented in order, some ideas missed and data misinterpreted. The team has also fallen in a number of traps which have proven to be counterproductive. This has led to diminishing buying levels, low staff satisfaction levels, morale, and an overall efficiency of the change initiative. Now let's have a look at what our new member has to say about her experience of working in our team and of the things she would have done differently.
Hi Sherry, thank you for coming.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
Good, I just have a few questions for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you feel like you were properly inducted into the team?
Not really. I don't think my induction was done in the most effective way because there was no time for me to go through the process you followed, to learn things you did.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem was that I couldn't give suggestions if I didn't understand why I chose those tactics.
Right. How did you organize the process in your previous group?
In the previous group, we analyzed a lot before implementation according to chain theory. Because those tactics were mixed up and we reordered them into 7 stages and then pick up the most necessary ones we need in each stage within time and budget. Thus, we had a very clear picture of where people stand and whose interests will be involved in and when to implement those tactics in the right time.
So what will you feel like when you entered our team, teammate?
Actually, there was a very different picture when I moved to the new team. Those tactics were selected differently from another perspective into 5 stages,
Right.
but they were a little bit disordered or not reasonably ordered. I have suggested for many times that we should put all of the tactics we chose in order and then implement them one by one. But no one listened to me, maybe because of the time. And that's why we began to miss some of the tactics during the simulation. For example, we even didn't announce the project when we almost finished the simulation, and we sent nurses to other departments without offering them a replacement and training. You just can't believe it, right?
If you had the chance to do this again in the future, what suggestions would you have for the team?
Yes, because the hardest thing for me is that how to shift my mind quickly to the new team. Because the ideas of the former group are too deep in my mind, and if I keep thinking that way, the results of 2 groups could be similar in the end. And after this whole experience, I think what should I do first is to find someone to ask how everything comes out, and then give suggestions and inspire creative ideas upon what you have, and then maybe convince people to accept my ideas and show them those advantages can be also important.
Right.
And I think it's like a sudden change for a group, and how to incorporate new ideas without interrupting the original process is the key to success.
Right. Well, thank you, Sherry, for being here.
No problem. Thanks for asking me my opinions.